Okay, hello everyone, and uh, welcome to Microsoft Word Intermediate. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Please let me know if there's any audio issues or anything like that. Throughout the class, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat function here. I will show right where. There, that should have popped up right there for you, a little notification. If you have any questions throughout the class, you can put your questions in there. And you'll also know or notice that you may be muted. That's just so we don't have any accidental interruptions throughout the class. But again, you can put any questions you have in the chat at any time, and I will take a look at them throughout the class. Before we get started, I'm going to share my screen here. There we go. And before we get started, I'll let you know about some upcoming programs at the library, and then we'll get into the class. First, at the end of January, beginning of February, we have one of our winter book sale. They have the Friends Preview Night on January 31st. So if you're a friend of the library or would like to become a friend of the library, you can sign up for that evening. Otherwise, it's open to the public starting Saturday, February 1st from 9 to 4, Sunday, February 2nd, 1 to 4, and then they have the bag sale. Anything you can fit in the bag, you can buy for $5. Monday, February 3rd from 9 to noon. So that is coming up. Then, this coming Tuesday, we have our Palos Heights Pizza Showdown. If you have signed up for that already, don't forget to come. Or if you would like to check on availability, you can always call in at the Public Services Desk. Then on Thursday, January 23rd, we have our ILP program, Loves and Laughs, with comedian and actress Michelle Buteau. It is a virtual event, so come and check that out. So those are some of the events happening at the library this month. And now I'll get started for the Microsoft Word Intermediate. I do know we had one specific question already about making labels with Microsoft Word. So I can show you how to find that. When you first open Microsoft Word, and then you open a new document, you should kind of see something like this, where you have some options and you can search for specific things for free online templates to use. So if you're looking for labels specifically, you can type in labels. And you're going to get some options here already, pre-made for you. So you can take a look through. Maybe you're looking for bigger square labels, or you're looking for the nice thin labels. You can take a look. And if you see one you like, you can just click on it. And it's going to give you a little preview of what it will look like. And you just hit create. And here it has for you. And so all you have to do is just click in here and replace the holding text, and it will make it for you. But then you do have to have label printer paper, which should be able to find at like an Office Depot kind of store. But so we'll have it all formatted for you and everything. So that's the easy way to do it. We're just using the online templates that are already made. But now let's say we want to go back to a blank document here. So we're going to click on File up here, and it will take you back to this page here. And you can just click on New and Blank Document, and that will just take us to a new blank document here. And so I was going to go through again some of the tabs up here and how to format up here. So I'm going to first click on this, which is like the show hide control. And this will let you see any of the formatting and stuff, your returns and how many lines and how many spaces you make, just so you can kind of see everything here. So now let's get some text in here. So here's just a little what I made. You'll probably seen this text in the page turner this month. So here you can see the spacing I have between each paragraph, and the spaces here, each one is a little dot here, so I can see my spacing and stuff, but none of that will print out. When I print it out, it will still look just like this when it prints out. So this is just for when I'm formatting my text. So here is this home tab is where a lot of the formatting happens. So let's say I want to change any of the font here. I can just click and hold, and that will select text that I have already typed up. And I can change the font from here. So standardly, this is the font that comes out. Our standard font is Calibri, and usually at 11 points font size. Let's say I want to change it. You can scroll through here and it will list it all alphabetically. But let's say I know there's a specific font I want, and I don't want to scroll through all of this. I can just type it in, and it will show it up. So I want Times New Roman, and then you can just click on it, and it has changed all the text for me without me having to like retype it all. And right next to it is the font size, so I can change the font size too. It has it in increments, but let's say maybe I want a font size that's not one of these font sizes. Let's say I don't want it quite as big as 48, but not as small as 36. You can also just type it in while you highlight and just hit enter, and it will change it to that font size for you. Here you can also do it incrementally as well. So we'll just do it, we'll do it 2 at a time, up and down 2 at a time here for the font size. Right next to it is what it says, it's called change case. That can change the case from uppercase to lowercase and different types of cases. So let's say standardly a sentence case, you know, so the first letter uppercase, and then, you know, everything else lowercase. Or you can just make it all lowercase, or you can make it all uppercase without having to retype it. Or I could capitalize each word, or I could toggle the case it's on. So right now, all the first letters are lowercase and everything else is uppercase. Or I can just tell it sentence case. This here, with the eraser right next to it, clears all formatting. So if I clicked on this right now, it changes everything back to the standard formatting, Calibri 11, lowercase. So that just clears all formatting. That sometimes I use if say I've copied and pasted something from like a website or a web page, something like that. And so it might have like very random formatting, or it might have like highlighting or something behind it or something like that. Or like the font color might be very random and not black or something like that. So if I just click on that, it clears all the formatting and just leaves me with the standard formatting, and so I can make the formatting whatever I want from there. This next line, this is bolding, so it makes all the letters bolded. That's very good maybe for like if I want to like have a title or a header or something like that. Next to it is italicize, italics. Sometimes people use that for quotes or something like that. They italicize a quote. And right next to it is underline. That's great for like titles and headers again. And also you can choose what kind of underline you have. Standardly, it's just a single line, but you can maybe make it a wavy line or a dashed line or a dotted line or a thick line, whatever you like. And then you can even change the underline color. Let's say you don't want black, you want blue or green or something like that, or red. You do that as well. And there's even more underline options. If you click on more underline and go here to underline style here, and you can scroll down, you can see all different types of underlines. And then just hit OK. Or say you don't want underline, you just click on it again, it will go away. Right next to it is strike through. That's usually used more for like, editing. If you're coming back later and you realize you don't want a specific section, you can strike through and come back to it later to delete or something like that. Here, the subscript and superscript, that's usually more for like typing in formulas and stuff like that. You can see there's the X and the 2, and 2 is indicates what will be lower or what will be higher. So for example, sometimes it's also used in dates. You can highlight that and tell it to go superscript. So then it will be raised like that. So that's what you can use that for. Next is text effects or typography, or sometimes known as word art. This again is a lot of times used for like headers and stuff. So let's say, for example, this, you can add some effects to it, like a reflection or kind of make an outline. Let's make that a little bigger so you can see that. So for example, so you can do that. So they have some pre-made ones, or you can go into it and create or edit it a little bit more. So you can choose like what color the outline is. Say it's black. You want the shadow to be more on this side instead of that side or something like that. So there's a lot of different options to make it more your own, or you can just choose from the pre-made ones here. Next is highlighting. So that would highlight the background behind the text, for example. So let's say we do a deep red highlight like that. You can see it highlights everything around those words. Again, this is sometimes used more for like editing stage. So you can highlight something you want to look back more at later or something like that. There. And then next also is the font color itself. Let's click on this. That's it. Usually is in automatic or black. but they have different colors you can choose from right here. Standard colors, or you can go to more colors or gradient. If you go to more colors, it gives you even more options, or you can even customize the color. If you know like what color number it is or something like that, you would just click on the little cross here and kind of go to the area you want. Let's say you want blue, and then you can see here on the right here, just another arrow, and you can take the arrow and go up and down here. So this is like darker, and this is lighter all the way to white. So you can see here. And then here you can see what the current color was and what it will be changing to. And then you would just hit OK. So you can kind of see this is now like a kind of blue. You can always highlight it again and go into the colors and hit more colors. And you can see what it's from changing from what the new color will be. You can see here the numbers are changing depending on where I scroll. So you can see what number you're at. And you just say OK, and it will change to the new color. And then, yeah, if you just click on it here, it will just change to red. So if you want to, you have to click on the drop down to see more of the colors. And then gradient allows you to like do a gradient color on the text. So for example, you can kind of see it go white from blue. You kind of can see that go from white to blue in the paragraph here. So that is text color and stuff. And just change it back to automatic. And then here, the next section, which says paragraph, that will affect more of like the spacing of your paragraphs and things like that. So I'll show first, for example, the first thing on the top here is the bullets. That's bullet points. That's great for like outlines or lists or stuff like that. If you just click on it, it'll just do the standard bullets here. So you can see these two right here. And this little arrow here is just showing the spacing. When it prints out, it actually looks more like this. But that just helps you see the spacing in the bullets. If you click the down arrow right next to it, it creates a little drop down menu. And it gives you actually more options of little bullet points if you want more fancy bullets. So they have like a little heart or a little circle or a little square or a little image here, check mark, stuff like that. It can change too. Or you can even change the list level. So this is more for like if you're making an outline or something for a paper. There's the first level, which is on, but then it indents more for each one. So let's say, for example, we want this one still here, but this one we want further in. If we click on the next, it will indent it more for us. So you can see that's there and that's there. And then if you ever make a mistake, you can always just hit the undo right there, and they'll undo your last action. So there, it's bullets. Or you can also even define a new bullet. So this can let you change more symbols and stuff or fonts. Or you can even change the alignment of the bullet points. Let's say we wanted it actually on the right. That will change the alignment for us. But there's that. And then if you ever want to undo bullets, just click on it again and it will undo it. You can also have it numbering. If you want a numbered list instead, just click on it. It'll number it for you automatically. You can also, again, change how it looks. If you want parentheses instead, or you want Roman numerals instead, or you can have it lettered instead of numbered, stuff like that. And then again, same for the bullets. You can change the list level. Again, great for outlines. Just click on which one you want. Usually standardly, just like kind of go down the list. You can also do the multi-level list right from here. And it'll let you choose from like 1, A, and I, just like that. Or you can have it a whole bunch of ones like that. Or you can do symbols, articles and sections, different headings, or chapters, chapter headings. So that you can do it that way as well. And again, you can change the list level here. Or define new ones. And you can select different styles from here. Even change how much it's indented for each one. Stuff like that. There. Next to it, you can either, this can help you decrease the indent like that, or increase that way. Just click on them. This is sorting. So once you have your list made and you want it sorted, you can do it that way. You can tell it sort by paragraphs and type of text. If you have it numbered or dated, that can help you sort it this way. And then ascending or descending. So that helps you sort. This again is just the show hide control. This is for aligning left, center, right, or justified. So I can show you with this. It's the easiest way. Standardly, it's always on already aligned left. So that just aligns it with the left margin here. Centered, centers it with the center of the page, like that. So you can see it has centered itself. Align right with the right of the page here. Or justify, which you'll probably see in most newspapers. So all of the lines end at the same point. Like that. So for example, if you look at it from left, you can see the words end at different points in the page, but if it justifies, it has it so all of the columns end at the same point. So that's usually how it is on most like newspaper articles and stuff and magazine articles. They usually have it justified. Here is also line and paragraph spacing. So standardly, it's at 1.0. So there is like, sorry, excuse me, very little space in between each line. Or you can have it at 1.15. You can see as you go down, it has more space in between each line until like a whole line in between each line at 2. Usually most things are like at either 1 or 1.15. 2 you usually only really have it at maybe if you're in like the review stage. If it remembers school or college, anything like that, you would print it out maybe at 2, so your professor would have space in between each line so they can put their notes in. 2.5 and 3 very rarely or anything print it out with that much spacing between each line. But again, you can also go to line spacing options, and this window will pop open for you. And you can select from here. Single is usually the 1.0. You can have 1.5, double. And they can also even have at least or exactly or multiple. And then you can select more numbers from here. But usually most things are at single. If you click on don't add space between paragraphs in the same style, that means yeah, there won't be any spacing between paragraphs. I'll give an example for that. Let's say if I split this into 2 paragraphs here. You can see right now there's a space now in between the paragraphs. Let's click on this. But if I click on that now to don't add space between paragraphs and hit OK, now you can see the space went away here. Click on it again and uncheck it, and you can see a space has now gone between the 2 paragraphs. And here again, you can also change that option here, add space before a paragraph, or remove the space. So there we go. You can also do it there. Here is a shading, like behind the text. So let's say if I wanted to put color behind the text, blue, you can see there's blue now behind the text. And again, you can change the colors here for more colors. Or if there is color behind text and you want to remove it, just click on no color, and then it's gone. The next thing next to it is borders. You can have border around the text to kind of make it look like a text box or something like that. You can have just outside borders or all borders. Where's the bottom or the top? You kind of want to segment it away from the other text. So there's lots of different border styles you can choose from. Or you can just have a horizontal line. Make sure you don't accidentally delete your text. I'll do that. But yeah, that will add a horizontal line across the entire page or cell or column. Kind of just like that. There we go. So then you could segment your text that way as well with a line. Or you can also or they say draw a table. So that will create some cells. Maybe if you need to create a small spreadsheet within your Word document, just click and hold, and a pencil shows up in there. So that's just one cell, but you can add more cells because that opens up what they call the table tools up here for you while you're working with the table. You can add more rows or columns, and you can just type in the table here to create your table. If you're done working with your table, just click on any text outside of it, and it will close up that table formatting and go back to the tab you were on before. If you want to just click inside the table again, and it will pull that up for you again. So any questions so far? Again, don't forget you can always put questions in here. There you go. That little red notification should have just come up for you. So if you want to, or if you have any questions throughout the class, again, don't feel free to put any questions you have there. Otherwise, continuing on, we also have the styles right here. These are just some pre-made text formatting for you. So they just have normal or no spacing, but they also have heading options, title options, subtitle options, lots of different ones. You can just click on the arrow and then there's more for you, or you can even create your own if you know you use certain type of formatting a lot. You can just create it and save it there. Or you this also right here is a nice little feature. It's for finding words. So if you're have like a really long paper and you're just trying to find a certain section, you were maybe talking about the weather. I have no matches because I didn't put any of the weather. Or SNL. I have a few in there. If you click on it, it will take you right to that section you were talking about. So that's good, especially if you have like a long paper. So you can just go right to that section. Or this nice other little feature, replace. Click on it. If you know you accidentally misspelled a word in your paper, but you have that word multiple times and you don't want to have to keep going and finding that word at every iteration of that word in your paper, you can just tell it to find this certain word and replace it with this word. And you can just tell it to replace all. And so it will automatically do your corrections for you for that one word, so you don't have to go and find it multiple times. So that's a nice little function right there. The next tab, insert. This is going for like inserting things into your paper or your document. If you know you need to make a cover page, you can click on this and it gives you some pre-made options for you for the formatting. So you can go and scroll through, or you can even find more cover pages from office.com, but they have some good options. So you would click on the one you would like, and it's got the pre-made formatting and things for you. And you would just all you would have to do is just click in where it has the placeholder text, and you would just type in what you want to type, your little abstract or your little summary, especially if it's like a longer paper. Then you can even put your contact information there. And so that's a nice little feature. You just want to make a quick cover page or something like that. Otherwise, they also have here they just have a blank page. So you can just automatically put a blank page in between or like right before where you have your cursor. So I have my cursor here, so I made a blank page right before my cursor. Otherwise, they also have the option to create a page break. So you put your cursor at the end of your document. If you hit page break, it creates a page after where your cursor is. So blank page is always before, page break is always after. After that is the table. So here's another spot where you can create tables. This one is a little bit easier if you know you need like a large table and like you need a lot of columns and you need a lot of rows. You kind of drag your mouse to where you need it, and it will even tell you at the top here how big how many rows and how many columns your table has. Space there, so you can make the largest you can make is a 10 by 8, but then you can always add more rows or columns. But you just hover where you need. Let's say I need that big. and just click, and now it's made a table for me. And I can just, again, start typing in. If, say, I know I need one column bigger than the other, you kind of hover in between over the line here until you see this symbol here. Click with your left mouse button, and you can drag and make the columns as big as you need them to be. Same for the rows. Wait until you see this kind of symbol, and you can make the rows bigger like that, bigger or smaller like that. This just helps you select the whole thing. Also, if you know you need more rows or columns, wait till you see this symbol here. I click in the cell and see this symbol, and before or after. So this will do it below, and this one, and the other one will do it like above. Same for the columns. Wait till you see that symbol, and you can create another column like that. If you if you have too many rows or columns, have it highlighted like that, and you can just backspace, and that will delete the highlighted row or column. And then again, you have, or you can also do it here to insert above or below, or insert left or right, or delete. You can also split cells, or even merge cells if you highlight them like that. So that will make it one large column, or you can split. I'll ask you how many. Two, and then there we go. That's how you can do that. And you also have design right next to it for tables that allows you to like change the color or stuff like that. So standardly it's on this first one. Or you can make it the borders lighter. You can have it kind of like darker, more segmented like this. Just rows, kind of like that. You can even also change the color, stuff like that. Shading, if you want to kind of shade your rows as well. You can do that here. You also can have border styles, so thicker lines, thicker lines like this, or different colors, stuff like that. So you can do that. You can do each one like that. That's a table. Click off. There we go. The next section, under illustrations, you can also insert pictures. The first one, it would be pictures from the device you're on, the computer on. You would click on it and it would pull up the pictures that are on your device, and you would select and just hit insert, and it would insert that picture. You can also do online pictures, and it will pull up this Bing image search. Let's say we wanted to search up computers. There you go, and it we have it selected so it just searches publicly like available Creative Commons one. We can also deselect that as well. So let's try this one. You would click on it so it has a check mark next to it, and then there is an insert option down below here. And here we have our picture. And you will notice we have the Format Picture Tools has opened while we have this selected. And so you have some adjustments you can do right here for like color or removing the background or something like that. What I find was most helpful when you first get a picture, you'll see it won't like move in line with text usually. It will either always be like just below or just above something, but isn't able to like be next to a paragraph, even if you like adjust the size of it. So that sometimes can interrupt like the flow of your document, because you'll see like there's all this wasted white space. So what you'll need to do is to tell it how to wrap it around text. You can either do that here, or you can right click on the image and you'll see this drop down menu come up. And here is wrap text as well. And so what it usually is on is that it's usually like on square or in line with text. But if you want like text to be able to go around it, you'll probably want it to be tight. And so here you'll see that it already can have like the text go around it more. So let's say, so you can have it like that. So it's more like flowing with the text here. And so it's not just like a big white box that's gone around it, which is usually like in line with text. Sometimes square is helpful like that, or tight. If you do through, it can still kind of go around the text here. Top and bottom is going to be more like the in line with text. You can see lots of space, white space around it. There is also behind text, but then that's kind of harder to read. Or also in front of text, but then you're going to be covering the text. So usually I have it usually either tight or square, so you can flow with the text a little bit better and not waste a lot of space. But then also, so you can also change picture would replace it with another picture. You can compress picture, but sometimes that can like make it a little bit harder to see. So it kind of like reduces the resolution of the picture. You can also add artistic effects. So I can make it like really kind of trippy looking. Even invert the colors, stuff like that. So you can make it really kind of trippy looking. But otherwise you can just have it no effects. You can change the color. So I can make it like all black or all yellow. Really make the colors pop, or make it look really gray, stuff like that. Corrections can they're sharpen and soften, so I can make it like look really hyper detailed or not as detailed, or again you can make it darker or really bright looking. These even also remove the background, so you can mark what areas of the picture to keep and stuff. This doesn't have much of a background, so nothing much removed there. Here You can add kind of like a border to it if you want. Or different kind of effects to it as well. Oop, that made it really big. So different kinds of one, and then you even have a drop down so you can see even more different kind of effects you can put on it. Or you can even have, let's see, I take that off. Or you can have a more standard kind of border with just like a line, more of a standard kind of border or dashes like that around it. Here, picture effects, you can add more like shadows to it, or glow, or reflection, or a soft edge. Bevel kind of makes it look even more 3D kind of, depending on which one you put on it. Or you can even 3D rotate it. Which can look kind of interesting. Or picture layout if you're doing like some kind of diagram with the pictures. They have different preloaded diagrams for you that you can use. And then here is more of the text wrapping options. And here you can also even crop the picture as well. It brings up our cropping tool. And you can crop from the bottom, from the side, stuff like that. So the grayed out area is the stuff that's going to get cut off. So let's say I kind of crop it like that. Again, if you make a mistake, you can always undo. So those are the picture tools. Whether you do it from online or from your computer, these options will be the same. Okay. Then we also have shapes. You can insert from here. Just click on here, and they have lots of different shapes you can choose from. There's also the new drawing canvas, which you would kind of just do it on your own from here with these options. But a lot of the symbols that they have preloaded are pretty good. So they have either basic lines, lines with arrows, or more kind of squiggly lines, or free flowing kind of lines like that. Kind of can just keep going with them. Or they have just straight lines, just normal straight lines. They also have these are the last one. The scribbling is kind of just free flowing pencil. You can do whatever. But then they also have like rectangles or more other basic kind of shapes. Block arrows, equation symbols, stars and banners, what they call it. It's kind of like speech bubbles. Let's just say you want like a basic square. So they have it here. Kind of just click and draw. You can edit the shape further if you wanted to change it from there, or edit its points. Maybe you want it like that. So you can really mess with the shapes quite a bit. And you can also reinsert more shapes from here. But let's say you want to change like the inside fill and the shape and stuff like that. So first one is the shape fill. So right now it's on blue, but you can have it again, all the different types of colors. You can even put a picture within the shape from online and stuff like that. Or they even have different textures you can choose from. But let's just say you want no fill, so it's clear, and now it's just the outline. But you can also do it black. Let's just say we want no fill. Then we also have the shape outline, the shape color. You could have it black, or anything, or you could have it a filled shape and then no outline. So either way. You can also add effects to the shape. Again, like a shadow, the reflection, a glow, have soft edges. Bevel makes it look kind of 3D, or you can even rotate it. So all sorts of different shape effects. There's also text effects if you have the text out. You can again wrap it tight with the word so it can go in the paragraph. Or not. You can also even send it backward one, so kind of be behind the text. And you can even change the size from here. If you don't want to do it by hand, you can do it here as well. So that's the drawing tools. We also have Smart Art, again for more like diagrams and stuff. They have some pre-made diagrams you can choose from. Like for example, like basic pyramid, kind of like the food pyramid kind of stuff. Like hierarchy, or you can use these for like family trees, and they have different lists. So different ones. And Venn diagrams or pie charts, stuff like that. You can select on them, and it will create one for you, and then you could fill out the text and the stuff like that for it. And again, colors and effects on it, stuff like that. And you can also always reset the graphic from here. So there's that. Again, also you can do make charts, very similar kind of thing. They have different ones you can choose from, and it will create it for you. And there's also, you can even take a screenshot on your device and they could be uploaded to the document. So that's mostly insert. We only do have about 5 minutes left in class. If there's anything I haven't touched on yet in Word that you would like me to take a look at real fast, again, you can always put it in the chat here, or if there's something I went over class and maybe you didn't quite get it, you would like me to go over it again real fast, I can do that as well. Otherwise, I will look, there's a couple more things in insert I can look at. But please let me know if there's anything I haven't touched on yet, or anything I did you want me to go over. I did also record the class today, so it should be going up on the library's YouTube channel within a couple of days. That's the Palos Heights Public Library on youtube.com. And it will be one of the more recent videos. It should be going up in a couple days. So if you ever want to look back at the class again, you can find it there. But real quick, also, in insert, there's also a header and footer. So that is the little area usually at like for header at the top of the page, and for footer, it's a little area at the bottom of the page, kind of like in the margins. So say, for example, you're looking at like, a novel or something, and you see the page numbers. Those are usually like in the footer of the page. So you kind of just click on it, and it gives you some formatting options. This is the blank at the top here is usually the most common, but they have some more options. And you just click on it, and it kind of opens up the footer area and the header area, and then you're able to type in here. And usually whatever you type in here would show up on every page. So just letting you know, like if you were like to put your name, we should see now on every page in the header section, that text is there. So it's kind of just like a header. Well, yeah, a header for each page. And then page numbers, you can select whether it's at the top of the page or the bottom of the page, or like kind of in the page margins. And you can even format them so you can have kind of just like a basic one, or you can have a more fancy page number. You just click on it, and then it would number each page for you automatically. And then when you're all done with header and footer, just click here, and it closes it. And you can see it's kind of in gray, so it shows you what's there. You can't click on it. You can't really format it until you double click on it, and that will open it up for you again. So that's header and footer. They also have text boxes. This makes you a quick, simple text box, or a nicer looking text box if you want. Just click on it, and it makes it for you, and you can just type in, replace the older text. And when you see the directional arrows here, that allows you to move it around the page. So a nice little like segmented text box for you. And again, here's word art. So you can make a word art, and it kind of just makes a placeholder text box for you. And again, you can just click in there and type over the older text. Yep. And this symbol here also allows you to kind of like twist the text box. Same for word art, same for symbols and shapes. That always allows you to kind of just angle the thing that you're working on. So that was formatting for different things. Thank you all for coming. Hopefully you were all able to learn something new. And again, this class was recorded, so you should be able to find it on our YouTube page within a couple days if you want to take a look at it again. My name is Christina, and thank you all for coming.